know that wouldn't you know that I've never been injured in my life, and as soon as we start a spar challenge, I hurt my knee, so I had to pay $50 to drop out of it, which sucked so bad. But let's see if I don't see Adam hopping on. He better be jumping on real fast. I'll tell you really fast while we're waiting on him. One of the things that I want to share with you guys today is a tool that I learned yesterday. So today I'm going to give you like a little bit of mindset, and then I'm going to give you a really good tool to use, and you use it whenever you're thinking about something big or like let's see, like what's the best way to say it? Like a new possibility, something new that you're thinking about doing, or some sort of like big possibility, I guess is probably kind of the best way to say it. So I'm excited to be able to share that with you guys today. Actually, let's start first with what are you guys grateful for today? Who is grateful for something? Wants to type it in the chat box. Or you can unmute and say it if you want to too. Do we have the entire Ringer group on together? If so, I'm very impressed. Thanks, guys. They're all there. I love it. I love it. Grateful for getting his old friend Susan. You have the cutest girls ever, by the way. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with their cuteness. Like their little faces are so cute. They're so cute. Love that. Grateful for cooler weather, Monica. Yes, I love this time of year so much. Sunshine. Amy, sunny. Love it. Yep, it's beautiful. I'm in Charleston this week, and it is absolutely beautiful here. Is Adam on yet? Oh yeah, he is on.
Yeah, he's on.
Okay, perfect. You guys can continue to type something that you're grateful for in the chat today. I'm grateful for good news about my knee. So I don't deal well injured. So I'm glad. And actually, Troy will find this hilarious. I think I told a couple of you this already. So I go on Friday to my knee appointment. I'm thinking like they're going to tell me I need a new kneecap. And I walk in and he's like, so what sports do you play? And I'm like, yep, none. And he's like, so were you an athlete? Like, what'd you do in school? I'm like, nope, I walk. And so I'm like, who hurts their knee walking? Like, what is the deal? I do. Okay. So anyway, funny story for you guys. It's getting better though. It's going to heal on its own, which is really good. I'm taking what Ashley Marsh told me to do, which is turmeric. So if any of you have a hurt knee, you should take turmeric every day. But yeah, Abby, I knew that you would find that funny. Okay. So look, Adam, we've got Health Coach Roach to tell us about our SPAR update, and you've got like 3 minutes. So take it away.
Get out of here. Health Coach Roach. I guess that fits well. Okay, so real quick, great job for all of you that participated in our SPAR the last 14 days. Actually, 14 days ago, we started a little bit more than that. And let's see.
For those that didn't know what it was, tell them really fast what it was.
So we had, about 4 weeks ago, we had, what were we doing? We were auditing our wheel of life. And I think it came back to everyone wanted more focus in the health space. And so we picked a SPAR challenge, which was you only had to exercise for 30 minutes for 14 days in a row. And if you missed a day, you owed $15 to SPAR. So let me give you the recap of what happened in the SPAR event. The SPAR, we collected $530.
Hold on, how much?
I have been in many SPAR challenges before, and I've never seen a pot this big. So you have very, very generous people in this mindset group. This is amazing. This should be changed to contributing mindset. Yeah.
So wait, what happened and who won? Does that mean
is it everybody, is just a walker? Is that like, is speed of the leader, speed of the pack type thing, or what?
Well, she bowed out 2 days into it, so she paid $50 to get out of it.
But on a brighter note, I do think that Bridget got charged every single day, but she walked every single day, but she never could figure out how to check in.
Yeah, but Bridget did contribute $195. Bridget, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Troy, the people that had zero misses all split that $530, and so there were $59 was the cut out to people who did not miss a day. So whatever that number is,
Wow.
53 divided by 59 gives you the number of people that did not miss.
Do we
So
know who
congratulations.
never missed a day?
What?
Do we know who didn't miss a day? Besides
Yes,
you?
I got them right here. So we got Caitlin, we have Jen, we have Kathleen, Rochelle, Larissa,
Rochelle
Amy,
never missed a day. You
Never
guys,
missed it.
Rochelle walked all the way in Canada.
and Taby, Taebae. I say that one right? Okay, so that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Wow.
6, 7, 8, including myself, who did not miss. So congratulations to you 8. And thank you to all those who donated. Nice job. Yeah.
Abby, I
do
think
that again.
Abby only missed once.
It was good job. Great job. We love live. Okay. That's
Well,
the update. That's all I have.
Thanks for challenging us to do it. And next time we need to make that go to a charity or something.
Well,
That was a lot of money.
those people had $59. They can donate it however they please.
Oh my gosh. All right, cool. Okay, so thank you for sharing with us and everyone who played. And next time I will do it again. I'm back to my walks. Okay, so I got to move quick with this. Does anybody know who this is? If so, type it in the chat. And if not, I'm going to tell you in like 3, 2, 1. John Gallardi. I never can say his last name right. Okay, I'm going to tell you 3 quick stories. Because remember, people only self-discover through questions, stories, and experiences. John was a football coach for 63 years, 60 of those years for St. John's University in Minnesota. He has the most wins of any coach in college football history. He started coaching at age 22, and he is known for his unique coaching approach, which is called winning with nose. He instructed his players not to call him coach. He did not use a whistle or blocking sleds. He prohibited tackling in practices, and he did not require his players to lift weights, and he limited his team practices to 90 minutes. He was often found teaching while coaching. He suggested that offensive linemen in particular make good husbands because of their unselfishness and listening skills. His players often described him as innovative, unconventional, intriguing, and he would respond, "Of all the things we did, I thought they were just common sense. I was just trying to survive and win. I wasn't looking to make any converts." He said one of his famous quotes, that was one of his famous quotes. He insists he didn't care if others agreed with his tactics or not. His players called him John, not coach. The practices not lasting longer than 90 minutes was very controversial. He wasn't exactly Nick Saban stuff. The problem on defense is if you can't get near the ball carrier, if you can get blocked or fooled or lined up in the wrong spot, how are you going to make the tackle? So we are concentrating on offense. Offensively, St. John's ran play after play in practice, creating teams that marched up and down the field for one decade after another. He said you had to do more to separate yourself. You had to do it in other ways. You had to be quicker. You had to take better angles and make better reads. It's the groundwork for playing smarter. You guys get this. His end of career track record was 489 wins and 138 losses. 78% of his career was a win, which is wild. I know some of you know who this is. Anybody?
Walt
Yes.
Disney?
Yes, thank you. Walt Disney. So Walt Disney was born in 1901 in Chicago. As a young boy, he was very shy and insecure, and he actually grew up in an abusive household. As he grew and matured, he adopted a warm and outgoing public persona. He loved drawing. He took art class after art class to get better. He moved to California, surrounded himself with talent and people who could help make his dreams come true. I actually talked about that this morning. Who you are around really, really matters. He developed the character Mickey Mouse, and from there, the rest is history. He had high standards and high expectations of those with whom he worked. He was known for something he called the unanimous disagreement, which meant that every meeting he had with his staff or the folks with whom he worked, he waited for an idea that everyone unanimously decided was impossible or it would never work. And that was the one he decided he was going to move forward with. He was an achiever, he was a planner, and he knew exactly where he wanted to go and how he was going to get there. If you've never seen the Disney map, the Disney, like, what's it called, Adam? Like the Vision Opportunity Map or something, you should Google it. It's amazing. I have it framed in my office. His road led to much success, as he, at some point in one way or another, has touched almost every single one of our lives. Really, if you think about it, he has, and he will for generations to come. And it all because he was a big thinker, right? And he was surrounded by the right people. What about this one? This is our last one. Anybody know?
Jeff.
Yep, Jeff Bezos. Yep. Jeff was born in January 12th, 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, to a teenage mother, Jacqueline, and his biological father, Ted. They were married less than a year, and when he was 4 years old, his mother remarried a Cuban immigrant named Mike Bezos. As a child, he showed an early interest in how things work, turning his parents' garage into a laboratory and rigging electrical contraptions around the house. He moved to Miami with his family as a teenager. He worked and started his first business as the Dream Institute, an educational summer camp for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. While his career in finance was extremely lucrative, he chose to make a risky move in the world of e-commerce. He quit his job, moved to Seattle, and targeted an untapped potential of internet marketing by opening an online bookstore. The initial success of the company was mediocre. With no press promotion, Amazon.com sold books across the United States and in 45 foreign countries within 30 days. In 2 months, his sales reached $20,000 a week. He was the fastest startup team that there was. Amazon.com went public in 1997. 2 years later, the startup not only kept up, but also outpaced competitors, becoming an e-commerce leader. In 2017, he briefly surpassed these stats were pulled in 19, so this might be better by now. But in 2017, he briefly surpassed Microsoft founder Bill Gates to become the richest person in the world, according to Bloomberg. In January 2018, his net worth was pegged at 105.1 billion with a B, making him the richest person in history. 2 months later, he was up to 127 billion, which is the equal combined wealth of 2.3 million average Americans, which is wild. Some of his best known quotes are, "You have to be willing to be misunderstood if you're going to innovate. One of the only ways to get out of a tight box is to invent your way out of it. I knew if I failed, I wouldn't regret that, but I knew the one thing I might regret is actually not trying." He said also, keep our competitors focused on us while we stay focused on the customer, which, by the way, for those of us in the real estate business, I thought that was a really good quote. And then lastly, he said, when the world is changing around you and when it changes against you, what used to be a tailwind is now a headwind. You have to lean into that and figure out what to do, because complaining isn't a strategy. And I really, really love that. So I wanted to share those 3 stories with you, because I want you to think about, when we talk about mindset, sometimes it takes thinking about new possibilities. And I have 2 forms I'm going to quickly share with you guys. We'll post these in the Facebook group. These are not my forms. These are from Strategic Coaching with Dan Sullivan. You can Google it and you can download the forms. If you give him your email address, of course, you can download the forms there too. Dan has been a coach of Linda McKissick for a long time. I was on a workshop with Dan yesterday as I'm getting ready to sign up for coaching with him. And this was something that was shared. And so I want to share this with you guys, and you can totally apply it to your life and or your business. So here's what you do. First, in the upper left-hand corner, you think about a new possibility. So what is something right now that is a new possibility? Like Troy, as soon as I saw this, I thought about your construction company. Like, what is a new possibility or something that you're thinking about doing or that you're starting or that you want to do in your business or in your life or whatever? And then you jot down what the importance of that is. After you jot down the importance, you jot down the breakthrough. And let me share with you guys really quickly. So the breakthrough, where is my little sheet from yesterday? The breakthrough is like, what is it to you that really would like push that to the next level to cause it to be a breakthrough? And then the next one is the advantage. What advantage will you have from doing this? And then you get to the difficult part. You write down 5 things, and this is kind of where your mindset comes into play. 5 things that you know that you're certain about this new possibility. So 5 things that are certain. So it says, what do you know about this possibility that is already a sure thing that you can count on? What are you confident about with it? So for example, one of the things that I gave yesterday as an example of a big possibility for next year is actually growing our one team, our 3 Keller Williams offices that we have to 1,000 agents. Well, we're closely like approaching 600. So a big possibility for us is getting to 1,000 agents. So one of my certainties is that we already have the ones that we have, and that we are attracting great people to our organization. And so you want to write the things that you're confident about. Another one that I wrote down, certainty, is I feel like we have the right vision and the right focus to be able to do that. So after you write down the 5 things you're certain about, you move to the 5 uncertainties. These are things that you don't they don't give you confidence about it. What do you not know about this possibility that presents you from fast, easy, and achievement? So one of the things that I wrote down about on that side, to be transparent, is I've never had an organization that big. So how to continue to give value to who we have while we grow at the same time. Another uncertainty is, would we be able to do that going into a shift? So the uncertainties are things that you just aren't sure of, that they might need more research, or they might need somebody or a who to push you into that. So for example, if you're thinking about doing something different or bigger or a new possibility in your business, what are the things that you're certain about with it? And then what are the things that you're uncertain about? You might not have enough people or something like that. And so then after you do that, you move down and you write down 3 insights, decisions, or actions. And so those are just things that you learned from actually writing down the certainties and uncertainties. So one of the things that I wrote down is, I need more talented leaders and fast to be able to do that. I've got to constantly be looking for talent, people who are looking for leadership opportunity. So you got to keep going with your insights, your decisions, and your actions. So I know this is kind of a lot, yet I know several of you who are thinking about new possibilities right now. And I think it's a mindset shift. Honestly, it really is. And so when I saw this, I was like, man, this is so good to be able to use just for anything, for your business, for your personal life, for any sort of possibility that you have going on in your life right now. So then you take it a step further. After you do this worksheet, you move to your who expander. I know many of you have heard me talk a lot about the book, Who Not How. If you haven't read that and you are in business, you definitely need to read that. It is all about the who's in your life. And getting to the next level. So with the who expander, what you do in the middle, you just write your list, your like short synopsis of the things that you're certain about. But in these 5 squares around the middle, you write each of your uncertainties. So each of the things that you are uncertain about. I'm not sure about a shift. I don't know if I have the right person. I've never done this before. What are the things that you are uncertain about? And you write all of those in these squares, okay? And then this is the part that gets tricky. You assign a who to each of those boxes. So if you said, I've never done this before, I've never done something this big before. In mine, next to that, I wrote coach, because either I'm going to need another coach or a different kind of, I need another sort of somebody that's already done that can like help walk me through it. Or for instance, like one of them said, one of my uncertainties was, how can we handle more on top of what we already have right now? And I wrote Heather next to that square, because Heather's really good at breaking down those things and saying, here's what we need to do, instead of where I'm like, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. So you have to think about who around you is a person that you can, that can help you with those uncertainties. And then after that, you write down your insights and action and decisions from that. And I had a huge aha, a couple ahas that I wanted to share with you guys from Dan Sullivan coaches millionaire entrepreneurs across the country. I mean, he's an incredible, incredible coach. And a couple of the things he said yesterday just blew my mind. One of them was, where do you want greater freedom in your life right now? Do you need more freedom with your time? Do you need more freedom with money? Do you need more freedom with your business? Do you need more freedom with your family and personal life? Where do you need the greatest freedom right now? And then go deep on that. The second thing that he said, and this was like a wow to me, was don't waste your thinking on people that aren't better than you. Anybody that you have around you right now, or if you're trying to do a new possibility, the people that you need to have around you need to be better than you. If you are wasting your time thinking about a lot of people that aren't better than you, or you're constantly pulling them up the hill all the time, if for those of you that have ever felt that feeling before, it's absolutely exhausting, number one. And number two, you don't get anywhere fast when you do that, right? It's like you're constantly just struggling. I remember one time Linda McKissick and I were talking, and Linda said, I feel like when you have high achiever people, sometimes you just walk around like pissed off all the time, or you're just in a bad mood, or you're just mad, and you're just constantly like, feel like, And she said one time I asked Gary Keller about that, and he said the reason why is because your minimum is most people's maximum. And so whenever you're trying to do something, you have to find people who their maximum is your maximum. Their maximum can't be your minimum. Like when you're running a team, if your maximum is here and everybody else or your minimum is here and everybody else, the most they can do is your minimum, you're like, okay, this is not fun. Like I'm the one that's pulling everybody along. So he said, don't waste your time thinking on people that aren't better than you. You've got to constantly go find people around you that are better than you. And I also related that to mindset too, because think about how good your mindset is when you're surrounded with people that are like-minded with you and they're on the same page and you feel like you're really getting stuff done. And then the last aha I wanted to share around this was, he said, people can't help you where you are certain. It's in the areas where you are uncertain that you can allow someone to be a hero. And when he said that, there were 124 entrepreneurs on the call, and you could just see it in everybody's face. Everybody was like, man, that's so true. Because think about it. We all want to be a hero to somebody or to something. We all want to make somebody else feel good or to help somebody, but we all aren't great at the same things. And when we're trying to do things that we aren't great at, our mindset gets bad because we're, frustrated all the time. And so he said, think about how in the areas that you know that you're certain in, but then in the areas that you're uncertain in, which would be the things that you filled out in these squares, the who's for those, you actually give them an opportunity to help and to be a hero. And everybody likes to help and be a hero. And if you are trying to be the hero all the time, then he said, we're doing it the wrong way, right? Because we're going to get burnt out. And also we need to be great leaders, and we need to give other people the opportunity to be a hero. So I want to challenge you guys to think about a new possibility, something that you're wavering with right now. Maybe it's something that you want to do new in your business next year. Maybe it's a new possibility for your family or your finances, or maybe you got an opportunity to invest in something. I mean, I just know several of you on here and several of the things that you have happening in your lives right now. So think about what one of those is, and then walk through this worksheet. And again, we'll post them so you can print them out and actually go through it. But think about what that new possibility is. And also, if you are a part of a team, or you have a team, or you are doing anything, even just in a team atmosphere, think about doing it together, because what one of your certainties might be could be someone else's uncertainty, or vice versa. And you could really, I always just say, everybody together, our brains are better than just one person's individual. And I mean, I worked through this yesterday for about 2 hours on that workshop, and I had a lot of ahas and it really gave me like a complete new energy, to be honest, for just what I was a little bit burnt out on. Another thing really quick I just saw that he said was, money is a means to create greater freedom. So when he was talking about freedom, if you're at a point where you're like, you know what, I really don't need more money, just think about the fact that money is just the means to create more freedom. and to give you more freedom, because from then it's all about balancing your life and your time. And I know many of you right now, I know so many that we've talked to feel like that it's just crazy. Everything is crazy right now. And a lot of us are seeking more of a balance than we ever have before. And so I thought this was interesting. Dan said that you need to plan your free days first, actually, because if you don't, then you never will. And he and his wife actually plan 155 free days a year. And then everything after that is work. 155 free days a year. Yeah, I was like, man, I got to get to that level. But 155 free days a year. And then he said 100 days are events or workshops that he teaches, because that's when he's in his unique ability. And then the rest of the days are what he calls buffer days. And the buffer days are the preparation, practice days, hanging out with his team days, etc. But 155 free days a year. And he said that their motto is that if they don't have 155 free days a year, then they're truly not living. They're living to work instead of working to live. Did I say that right? And so I think that, is a big eye opener. So that's it. Thank you guys. Good worksheets. Thanks for being on. We'll share them, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. See you later. Can't wait to hear about your new possibilities. Thank you. See ya. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Jamie.